Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier, sponsored by Four Paws Restaurant, the iconic fine dining restaurant in St. Paul, Minnesota. Wonderful food, attentive professional service, and great wine by the glass, great wine by the bottle, and hopefully very excellent professional service, wine service. Um, you know, Sometimes you open a bottle of wine and it just takes you somewhere that feels like a privilege. This past week, I opened a bottle of 2014 Bruno Giacosa Barolo Faletto. Um, and man, this is such a stunning wine. Um, it, it defines traditional Barolo. Bruno Giacosa is definitely a traditional Barolo producer, certainly not by any stretch of the imagination a Barolo boy type Barolo producer. This is traditional, old-fashioned, uh, superb Barolo. I think in my time in the wine industry as a professional person in the wine industry, perhaps the the wine that has improved the most in these 53 years is Barolo. Perhaps there are other candidates for that, but it used to be when I started in this industry, you would taste Barolo and the person that was trying to sell it to you would say, I would react not terribly favorably, and the person presenting the wine would explain to me, I don't know, Lord knows how many times, well, Barolo requires patience. You have to give it 30 years. And then on occasion, you would taste a Barolo that was 30 years old, and it wasn't any better than it was when it was 3 years old. Wine has to have balance and balance of fruit, tannin, sugar, acidity to be good. It has that when it's young. It has that's when it's middle-aged. It has that's when it's old. Barolo, in the beginning of my career, did not, most Barolos that I tasted, I think almost all Barolos I tasted back in those days, did not have a balance between the different elements in the wine. They were so tannic, so lacking in fruit, so just monolithic, and they were never really going to get any better. There's one famous producer who has old Barolos are always available. I've tasted a lot of those over the years, and I've been lucky to taste some old, great wines in my life. These Barolos from that day didn't age particularly well, but so the Barolo Boys movement came on, and that was a good thing because now there's a lot of wine that of much greater quality. I would say the average Barolo is a much better wine than it used to be, and you don't have to spend 30 years waiting to be disappointed. Having said all that, Bruno Giacosa is one of the producers that their wines are traditional. Now they don't take 30 years. This wine was 11 years old. It's a 2014. And I would say it's maturing. It's not anywhere near its peak, but it's certainly maturing, and it is glorious. It is textbook, superb, everything you want from Barolo. It is tannic. It's actually kind of full body for Barolo. Barolo is generally not all that full bodied. It's dry, it's powerful, but it's not really all usually that full body. This one is more full body than I would have expected. It has the classic road tar rose petals, uh, you know, aromas that all great Barolo has. Dark fruit, beautiful balance of fruit, tannin, acidity. The tannin's starting to resolve. It's not totally resolved. It's starting to resolve. I would say this wine is, you know, 5 years from where it will start to be at its peak, and then it's going to have a long, long life ahead of it. I don't know, longer life than I have left in my life, I would say. Um, of course, the classic food accompaniment is pasta with white truffles, but pasta bolognese would be really good too, or pasta bolognese with white truffles would be really good. Um, this is a stunning wine. It's not inexpensive. But if you like Barolo, it's worth every penny. The 2014 Bruno Giacosa Barolo Faletto is an absolutely stunning wine that deserves a place in your wine cellar, and leave it there for about 4 or 5 years and pull it out. It'll be something very, very special on a special occasion. Thanks for tuning in to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier. I know that I haven't posted anything in a while. I've just been distracted with other things, but I appreciate your tuning in, and come by and see me at Four Paws, have a glass of wine or have dinner. And if you think about it, like our little podcast, or subscribe to it, or share it with your friends. All those things that everybody that does this asks you to do. Um, Thank you very much. Always hope you have a wonderful week this week. Drink lots of really great wine with really great food.